All right, these are video instructions for how to complete the circle square patterns assignment for computer science. You're always going to go to this week. It's going to tell you exactly what you need to do. Scroll down, I see that today we had our live online class and that I need to complete these two things. Circle square patterns assignment is posted. And so it says your task is to create a number system using circle and square shapes. Open the slides and look at the first one for a GIF example. Then edit slides 2 and 3 with your number system. Follow the steps labeled challenge 1, challenge 2, and challenge 3. And so you might not see this. What you might see instead is up here something that says my document. And so you'll want to click on that to open up these slides. Once you've opened them up, again, you'll see that first slide is a GIF just showing you a basic example. So we talked about briefly in class, and the video talked about this idea of number systems. And so what I want you to start thinking about is this idea that just because we're familiar with the number system, say using the digits 0 through 9, well, those symbols haven't always been the symbols used to count, and they're really just arbitrary. They've been created. And so you are challenged with, in this activity, creating your own number system. And instead of using digits like 0 through 9, or for example, Roman numerals that they talked about in the video, you're going to use circles and squares. So you can see here, this is the first page, and this is just a video example of pulling circles and squares to represent patterns. And here are examples of patterns. All right, this isn't what you have to do, but it's how you're gonna like physically interact with the slides. So looking at this, challenge 1 says record all the possible 3 place value patterns that use only the circle and square shapes. Some example patterns are in the diagram to the right. Try to make sure these patterns are in some type of order and avoid putting down patterns randomly. So in order to avoid putting down patterns randomly, I'm just going to go ahead and list 0 through 9 as patterns, or as, I'm sorry, values. So let's just think about, and I'm sorry, this looks so bad. Let's even just do 1 through 5. So if I'm going to represent the values 1 through 5, then I need to come up with circles and squares in a specific pattern to represent that. So what you'll do is you'll drag these symbols. So let's say for 0, I want it to be 3 squares. Okay, and then for 1, I want it to be a circle and 3 squares. Right, so thinking about that video that we watched, and it talked about positional notation, we're using 3 places here. So it asks you to use 3 place values to represent 1 value here. From here, I would write rules. So you're going to insert a text box. And that's your second challenge. Describe your rules. Reflect on how you put the patterns below in order from one line to the next. Are there any clear rules to follow? If you didn't use any clear rules, then redo challenge 1 with some rules in mind. So you want to have a system so that people can continue to use your number system in the future. So my rules would be, that 0 is represented with all squares. And then a circle is added at each place value as it increases. So what that means is that my next pattern for 2 would be a circle. So if a circle is added at each place value as it increases, a circle, and then a square. So eventually I'm going to get to circle, circle, circle. Now what do I do? And that's going to be up to you to kind of think about how's 4 going to be represented. And you would create those rules here. You, if you're really struggling, can use this example to get you started, but I want to challenge you to think about your own system and create that to explain a number value system.